Mainly, I want to talk about the usual problems we have currently in our neighborhood, which keeps bringing up Rwanda's name in all sorts of ways. But I also want to be clear on some issues. Because the beauty of it is that there's not a single story about it. There are so many stories about it. We have had refugees from different places for different reasons. There is one type of refugee that I think we are not going to accept. We cannot keep being host to refugees for which later on we are held accountable in some way or even abused about. Refugees as a result of ethnic cleansing based in another country, and we must be the dumping ground of those people who are being deprived of their rights. We have had refugees here for over 20 years from DRC, of one type of people. In fact, when the president of DRC, the current, when we were still talking, I raised this matter with him when he had just come to office. I told him that we even thought of saying, should we absorb these people and make them our citizens and put the matter to rest? Just as a way of solving the problem. But I also told him the difficulty with that. There were now two views within these refugees. One was, no, they don't want the citizenship would even propose to them because they want to go back home. That is in DRC. The second, they are not interested in ours, given the United States, Europe, or wherever, or Canada. If they were coming and picking them and taking them there to resettle them, they would prefer that. I have no quarrel with that at all. When we were proposing to give them citizenship, we also told them that they can't, if they accepted it, they can't be the same people who would again go cause trouble in the DRC, because that, if they did that, then we would rightly be blamed that our citizens are people who have given citizenship are now springing from that and causing trouble in their country of origin. I had extensive discussion with that president. So I told him, please help as a new president. We shall all rally around you and try to support you to have this matter resolved. At the beginning, he was convinced and was maybe going to do something about it. But now you see where we are. Another thing, when you have seen the whole world, but based on what the government in DRC is talking about, He's blaming us, we are supporting M23, and then M23 must go back to where they came from. We even try to explain almost on a regular basis how those people fighting there did not actually come from here. Little did I know that those who say it are actually saying, oh, these are Tutsis from Rwanda as of origin, even if it is 100 years ago. So they must go back to Rwanda. At least that's what the authorities in Congo are actually implying. I don't know whether those who support that idea from outside are aware of this and therefore could be doing it deliberately also, or doing it knowingly. But it's an abuse, a gross abuse of people's rights and actually abuse against us as a country. And that's why there is a difficulty when people are saying, oh, you talk to, no, I can't talk to M23, these are terrorists, But, and some people, we thought, should we be clear about this? Go along? And then we are the ones, that is Rwanda, who must carry that burden and be held responsible for the turmoil that is going on in that part of the country. This is the basis on which I absolutely reject and have objection to these constant statements being made, to the point that we are abused, that we're also responsible for hate speech, meaning we're also responsible for ethnic cleansing. We? Absolutely not. Now, the group of experts write so many things in their report. Some blamed on Rwanda, others blamed on DRC. But somehow, in the end, the story emerges, no, what people are interested in are those things being said about Rwanda. What is being said about DRC is, where we told the DRC to tell those people who are involved in hate speech, but it is not just hate speech, they are even killing people. Up to this day, we are receiving refugees. Yesterday, there were refugees crossing the border coming into Rwanda as a result of that, just yesterday. I'm sure there will be more today. And for that, people say, we have told them, to tone down their language. And then DRC jumps up and says, oh, you must do this to Rwanda, you must do this to Rwanda. They tell the European Union, they're telling you, yes, you have to do this to Rwanda. Do what to Rwanda? For what? For having done what? What have we done? For what we have done, you must first even understand why we would be doing it. Why would we be doing what you are accusing us of doing? Why don't people then address that is causing us to do what we are accused of doing. At the same time, we warned people, and I want to warn people today, when shells were crossing our border and landing on our territory. There is a lot we said about it. When FDLR crossed our border and killed people in Kinigi, literally shutting down that area rich in tourism. And that was the purpose. And of course, the immediate response of those outsiders is to say, don't go to Rwanda, don't go to that area. And then when I do something about it, it's like, oh, no, you are doing a terrible thing. Oh, you want me to keep quiet? Those people close that area, will lose everything and lose people's lives. And then say, oh, if you do this, we shall blame you. Well, I'll give you what to blame me for, in a real sense. We are really prepared to be blamed, but we will be blamed for doing what we must do. What people they talk about interests and so on in Congo, I am not opposed to anybody's interests anywhere. How can I be opposed to your interest in Congo if you have interest there? It's none of my business. What do you want to go, but you're also not going to be able to have your interests fulfilled if there is no peace. I don't understand the calculation. You allow turmoil to go on. There are simple things that could be done to address the problem. You don't mind that turmoil goes on, but you expect to have your interests safeguarded. I don't understand. The interest we have as Rwanda is completely different from what people call interest. First, our interest is even survival. This little Rwanda must survive. We have that history that tells us better than anything that, yes, for anything else, we have to be there, we have to be alive. And then they say, we won't talk. That is the DRC saying, we can't speak to M23. They are terrorists. Your own citizens are terrorists, fine. Go sort it out in your place. But are the 80,000 refugees who are here and more coming every day since this situation started, these ordinary men, women, children, are they terrorists? You're telling me they're terrorists? You must be kidding. So I keep saying this so that maybe someday some people pick some sense from the real facts on the ground. By the way, they say they won't talk to them, they want to do this, and some people support that they shouldn't talk to them. And then they add, no, but if we are to talk to them, we shall talk to them secretly, so that nobody knows that we are talking to them. I mean, so that it continues to be my problem, it continues to be Rwanda's problem. I will talk, but I can only talk to them quietly. I will send somebody to go. No, but first of all, this is not Rwanda's problem. And we are going to ensure that everybody realizes that it is not Rwanda's problem. And starting with saying, those who think it is Rwanda's problem and not Congo's, first of all, remove these Congolese from here. Those who are coming in every day just on the actions of government and institutions, you tell me government is not functioning properly or this, or that's still none of my business. If it is to be my business, it is yours also, meaning the international community. These are the ones I'm addressing. It is as much your problem as it is mine. But I'm refusing that Rwanda should carry this burden and be insulted and abused every day about it. So, either you carry them from here and take them wherever you want, or they go back to Congo and you protect them there. I have heard you protect them against their own government. And from mercenaries, whom I have heard, when you hear a situation is relying on mercenaries, you know that situation is a mess. If it comes to us dealing with the mercenaries, we really have, we are overstocked to deal with the mercenaries. Mercenaries are the most useless people you can, yes, you can rely on. So those countries relying on mercenaries, you just know they are in trouble. They have original problems before they brought mercenaries, and when they bring mercenaries, the problems are multiplied by a big factor. It gets worse, not better. So I'm saying this, you know, with a sense of, in a way, of frustration. It's like the world has gone crazy. Nobody's listening to the other. Facts no longer apply to anything. Since when did these Congolese, well, of Rwandese origin, become Rwanda's problem? When you say they go back, well, first of all, ask yourself, who brought them there? Ask those who took them to Congo. How they went there, I don't know. Those who took them there, who created those conditions, should be the ones to answer, not me. You're not going to force that problem on me, zero. It can't happen. So I'm preparing you, those who take care of the world. They must understand this is a problem that must be addressed among others. Some people think it's like they are trying to create an alternative to what there is in Rwanda. You know, there's that part as well. When you see all these things happening, it's like, no, we are tired of this setup in Rwanda. So they want these Kagames and these RPF and these others, say Rwanda lacks freedom. There's no freedom, there's no democracy. But you are the first person denying me my freedom. Actually, Rwandans are denied their freedom. And that's why people are trying to find alternatives for them. Who are you to choose how people live and behave and so on? Well, you can't teach me how to behave. I don't like your behavior yourself. So where do you stand to tell me how I should behave? Who are you? Who? From where? Telling me what? We don't need any more of nonsense. But what I promise is those who are my age, or even those who are younger, who are 50, and behind these things trying to, you will grow old and leave this earth with me without seeing that change you are hoping for. So I want again to assure everybody, as you know, and I'm sure you know this because you are part of it, this country has gone through so much, have seen so much. The only thing that came out of it is that we are as solid as a rock. So those who get involved with all kinds of games against us, it's only a joke. So we can keep joking. There is no harm in joking. As much as there is no harm in anybody insulting us. Oh, if someone insults you, what is the problem? As long as you don't get diverted from what you are doing for yourself, what's the problem? If you attack me, we fight. I fight back. If you want us to work together, we work together. And by the way, we can be the best of friends with people. But also, we can be not so interesting to those who wish to be our enemies. So, have a good day.
I'm a kingo, yes, I'm a kingo. I think I'm a kingo.